We're back.
Ah, what did you miss?
We're talking about your father and Viognier.
Okay,
Well,
so ask her questions.
Okay. So your father was a negociant in Paris, and
Yes,
the cooperative said, why don't you come and do an experiment down here?
exactly.
Languedoc was kind of known for mass-produced, not high-quality wine. And then
Yes. And he started to take off the vines and to replant.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it was a big job.
Challenge.
Yes.
100 hectares.
Yes.
There were plenty
So
there.
it was 100 hectares when he bought it. It was already...
No. At the beginning, it was 50 hectares.
Oh,
50. And now it's 90, but we produce, for the moment, 70 hectares because we renew the vines.
Okay.
You know? So it was very unusual to have Syrah in Minervois. And the people came and he said, but what is it? What is this
new product?
New vines.
New variety.
And he liked Viognier, he liked Syrah, he liked Rhone Valley wines. And this is the reason for he started to plant Syrah and Mourvèdre.
Well, that's interesting that it was unusual back then because you see a lot of Syrah in the Languedoc now.
Now. Yes.
He was pioneer, we can say.
Truly.
This was 47 years ago.
So, can you tell us about the estate now, all the wines that you do make? Because you make quite a range. And can you talk about the farming practices?
Yes. Combien de tu parles?
Farming practices, you mean? Now we have about 13 cuvées, half white and half red. We produce a rosé, one Sauvignon, Chardonnay, oaked in barrel for 3 months, Chardonnay, Viognier, as Annick said, and an old vineyard we have in the mountain. We'll show you the surrounding, an old Viognier.
Over schist.
Fabulous.
You know? But it's a...
No, vas-y. Voilà.
It's two different Viognier because of the altitude, because with the of the exposure, and because of the soil yield. You know, it's very only 15 hectoliters by hectare. But this is the Viognier La Vigne de ma Mère. But we can speak about La Vigne de ma Mère, but we have a lot of story to tell, you know, because it's a family farm. So next time you come at Gourgazaud and we explain, and you come and stay with us.
We drank La Vigne de ma Mère. We have one cuvée for my grandfather, named La Vigne de mon père, the Paters Familia, et La Vigne de ma Mère for my grandmother. And Pater Familias is about a Grenache. Old Grenache. 70 years old vineyard. Yeah.
Go. No, which is interesting to say that our father think that the soil, we are in the plough over there, you know, and you can see if we turn, you can see the village of La Liviniere. Can you see the village of La Liviniere?
Yeah.
Okay. And our father thought that it was possible to make great wines. And during 15 years, he works with the INAO, l'Institut National des Appellations d'Origine Contrôlée, to faire en sorte to make sure that at the final the Minervois La Liviniere became a cru. So it took 15 years, and they make parceller selection. They make parceller selection. They, you know, there is a chart You know what is a chart? With
Guidelines.
rules,
Guidelines.
Sure.
guidelines, yes, with the rules. And we are in the Cru La Liviniere. This the parcel where we are in the Cru La Liviniere.
I see. Okay.
And it was the first cru in Languedoc. Okay.
You're
Mathilde,
No,
speak
next.
now. Mathilde,
Question. Chef, your turn to speak.
Okay.
We listen to you now.
So there's a varying level of people who are experts and some people who would just love wine on here. So can you very broadly explain what Languedoc is? So for me, the way I explain it, it's between Provence and Roussillon on the Mediterranean. And in the past, it had a reputation for mass-produced, not high quality.
Exactly.
Tremendously, thanks to people like your father. And a lot more little appellations are coming about. And so can you explain the Minervois and the La Liviniere and the little bit of history of that and where we are now?
The Minervois is the main vineyards in Languedoc. It's a big amphitheater with different soil.
Okay.
We can find schist in the hill, argilo-calcaire, different soil, you know. And we are between the Pyrenees and the Black Mountains.
Spain, but
near the seaside.
Okay.
I think it's the biggest appellation in Languedoc-Minervois. It's something like 11,000 hectares.
Yep.
And Minervois, La Liviniere is 5,000.
Yes. 5,000, yes.
So it's the biggest in Languedoc-Roussillon appellation.
At the beginning, there was not appellation contrôlée, AOP. It was VDQS, vin délimité de qualité supérieure. But in 1987, the VDQS became appellation contrôlée. It was one of the first appellations. And in 1997, it was the first appellation Cru Minervois La Liviniere inside the Minervois. You understand my English?
Yes, completely. Is it now you don't have to say Minervois, you can just call it La Liviniere?
No, we have Minervois. We have Minervois, and the cuvée, the basic cuvée, is called Morgan, cuvée Morgan.
No, it's not the question.
It's not the question.
No. The best of the quality is named La Liviniere. Yeah, we're not supposed to use anymore Minervois La Liviniere. Since a short time now, we can only say La Liviniere for the best land, terroir. How do you say terroir?
Terroir.
Yes, terroir. Yeah.
Say that too. But I the more and more I talk to people like you, it becomes very clear that terroir is not just the soil; it's the amphitheater, the mountains, the climate.
Yes,
it's all you and everything. So that's fascinating to see it. And so again, you're in La Liviniere right now. The
yes,
the village behind,
just behind us.
Okay.
We're about 3 Ks.
And to speak about La Liviniere, you know that the Roman planted the vines, and the name of La Liviniere comes from the Roman, the Latin language, and La Liviniere means wine cellar, cellier à vin, wine cellar, La Liviniere.
C'est la vinaria.
C'est la vinaria in Latin, c'est la vinaria, and in English, wine cellar, and in France, La Liviniere.
I love it. Okay. That makes
wine has always been here, actually, since Roman and even Greek.
What is the soil itself very unique and different to make La Liviniere stand out? Why as for quality, why is La Liviniere extra special?
You know, it depends. The La Liviniere, the total étendue,
surrounding or surface?
Surface is 600 hectares, only 600 hectares. But here you are on a soil of argilo-calcaire. But you can find over there galets or,
Pebbles.
quartz, yeah, quartz pebble.
Because of rivers we have
Yes.
down.
It depends, the La Liviniere, it's on the plateau where we are, but it is always also at La Liviniere village, near La Liviniere village, near Féline, another village, there are spots because they choose.
Different soils.
I see.
Different soils. Because
So there are different soils.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's not only argilo-calcaire.
No, stones and
Yes, it depends.
Okay.
It
That
depends on the village and.
yeah. Cool. So this is a very simple question, but a very complicated answer. Why are your wines so good?
Vas-y.
Love,
maybe you
passion.
can better speak about our wine than we can do.
Because
Chef, if you like.
of love and passion.
Love and passion, family.
Because
Family.
women.
Because of women.
Yeah.
Family spirit, yeah. The
C'est
third
ça,
one is.
But I think from what I understand, the part of the answer is that you're not just making one wine from 100 hectares. You're breaking it up and doing the best thing with each wine. And I know your wine practices, you have a good winemaker, and it's that attention to detail. So I guess my question is, what does that mean, attention to detail, that you actually do that separates you from your neighbors who your wine is compared to?
I think
Attention.
but I think it's also the soil because our neighbor, really neighbor, they make a wine, very good wine, but it's different than our wines. And very often we say Gourgazaud wines that it's very special.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, because of the soil, because
They are
the
regular tasting, and every week the winemaker helps Annick and goes and sees each and that and tests it, and there are discussions, there are meetings,
everybody make the same, I think, and the vinification or I don't know, really.
difficult answer.
Yes, difficult answer. We take care,
Love.
we take care. We have a lot of love, yes. And
Viognier separate, it speaks to that attention to detail. What is happening in the vines right now? Have you I can't
I'm going to show you the grapes.
Il me répond pas.
Can you see the grapes? At this, can you see? Il est parti.
I don't think so. The camera is a little blurry. I think if you it will adjust.
Can you see, Jeff? Can you see the grapes?
I think
Yes. So,
I don't see it right now.
You
lower,
don't
maybe.
see. Okay. And this one, this part. Can you see? Peut-être que tu es trop près. Attends. Jeff, can you see the grapes? No?
Oh yeah.
If you want, I can cut a grape and show you,
No,
I can.
I can see it. I can
Come on. Can you see the grapes?
Yes, for sure.
Yes.
Ah non, mais il y aura peut-être soleil.
Le soleil. Mais je vois pas là.
Perfect.
Yes. So the flower is finished. The blossom is finished now, and you can see all the small
the fruit.
The grapes.
Berries.
Can you see?
Yeah.
So when it is like that, we we said that after it needs 90 days, more or less,
Mm-hmm.
more or less,
before the harvest.
Okay.
You see?
So
So that means that we will start probably at the beginning of September for the Syrah, or the first week of September, but we think that it can be earlier.
Yeah.
Earlier. But we start with the Sauvignon normally, but this is a Syrah grapes, you know. And we start with the Sauvignon, and after the Chardonnay, and after the Viognier, and after with the Syrah.
okay.
And we finish with the old Grenache at the beginning of October.
Mathilde, tu voulais dire quoi?
lockdown.
Mm.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, we had it's spring now.
Yeah.
Summer starts on the 21st of June, and we had a lockdown with a nice weather, but we could not go outside. And no, the grapes went very well with a lot of sun, some rain sometimes, and as you can see, the
It's
sky
very
is
great.
beautiful.
We
And,
have had a lot of rain, 200 millimeters, more than 200 millimeters, 2 weeks ago. And now we have we have
The heat.
the sun
And the heat.
and the heat, yes. So that this year, for the moment, you know, it's very
Looking very good.
It's looking very good, as Chantal said. It's looking very
behind
good,
the camera.
but we never know what can happen. We never know.
Yeah.
You know?
And, so the lockdown is ending slowly. People are starting back to school. Restaurants.
Yeah.
Restaurant.
The younger went back to school maybe 2 weeks ago, and students going to university, it's not open yet. I have a child at 17 years old is going to school in a week time, and restaurants reopened today.
Oh, today.
Yeah.
And you.
Sorry.
That's exciting.
Exciting, yeah. As soon as we finish with you, we go to a bar.
And Jeff, when the lockdown has started, we closed the bottling, you know, because it was
Regulation.
yes. So we went. Everybody went to the vines, to the
work
vineyards,
to work outside.
to work outside.
Outside, yeah.
Even Mathilde,
Yeah.
even. So we have a lot of work in the vineyards, you know. So, and now we start again to bottle again, to sell again. It has been a little bit complicated because the lorry,
the trucks
didn't come.
Transports.
The transport. And how is it in
So
US now?
I'm in Connecticut, and outdoor restaurants opened last week, and New York City they have a curfew now because of the protests and getting yes. New York was supposed to slowly open June 8th, but everything is who knows now. So, but one of the reasons I started to do this was, to me, to see the vines and to see you out there making wine for us is very optimistic and kind of brings people together. And I'm gonna let you go because we're at the half hour. But I really, Mathilde, it's lovely to see you again, and Chantal, it's so great to meet you.
Bye, Jeff.
We'll see you again.
And Chantal,
we'll see you again as soon as you want.
I hope so, very soon, over there or over here.
You are welcome at Gourgazaud.
Come again, Jeff.
Thank you.
You can stay as long you want at Gourgazaud with us, with the 3 girls.
You don't make that offer lightly because things are getting crazy. I may come over.
Love you.
Okay.
Bye, Jeff. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
We have the sun so we can see what we watch.
Okay. Bye-bye, Jeff. Thank you.